Alright guys, today we got an '05 Dodge Caravan 3.3 liter. That's the engine size right there. And we have a code, we have a check engine light on, and the code is for this EGR valve. Alright, the way this EGR valve works is it's like a plunger. It comes on and off, alright, and then it releases hot fumes, gas that's unburned through the manifold, through the engine, that goes out through the manifold. It recirculates it. This is the EGR valve, this is the exhaust manifold. Right, this it makes a connection right through there, and it goes back into the intake. All right, so we have a code for that. We're gonna be replacing that piece right there. So this valve, it works like a plunger, open, close, and it's a sensor for itself, you know, like how much it wants to open up. All right, and we have a code. Let me show you the code, guys. Let's go inside the car. I scanned this car, and the code that we got was, it's gonna be hard to see. Let me put my light away so we can see. All right, yeah, it's gonna be really hard to see with this little guy. You see that? Because this is what I hate about the Snap-on scanner. It's like highlighted. So the code is P0404, and it says EGR position sensor performance. All right, so it's a common for these cars, all the Dodges. Those valves, they go over time, you know. So I've done so many of these in the past. You change it, year later, bada bing bada boom, gotta go again. All right, so we're gonna replace that little guy. It's gonna be a simple, probably gonna take you 45 minutes to replace this thing. So all it has is this connector right here. You push this tab, push this down, and move the connector. You got 2 bolts here, 2 bolts up there. All right, and then you have 2 bolts on the side. Try to get this pipe out of the way because it's gonna give you more freedom to put it in. All right, and you're gonna have to remove it regardless because it attaches to it, and it's a simple job. All right, be careful with the 2 bolts that are going inside. Sometimes they snap. You don't want to break those. All right, so take it easy, guys, and we're gonna do this together. All right, guys, it's the EGR valve. We got 2 number 10s going straight that way, right back there. Take off the one in the bottom. You're gonna need a ratchet with a deep 10, a short 10, a socket, perfect size, or whatever you can match up. All right, guys. The back one in the bottom is gonna be a little rough to get out, but I'm sure you can get it out of here, guys. If I can do it, you can do it. So there you go. I have a good grip on it. Just be careful if they're rusted. You don't want to break them. You don't want to strip the bolt or break the bolt. But I got this guy loose. I'm trying to see if I could turn it by hand, and I cannot turn it by hand. I'm gonna have to put this little guy back on. That just keep turning, guys. All right. Probably that alternator is gonna block it because it's right next to it. But I have a little trick. The trick is to loosen up the top bolt also, and then it will have a small little angle to it. Alright, guys, they should have made this EGR with a little slot, like a little cut right there in the bottom, so you can put the bolt in a little bit and then slip in the EGR valve. Alright, I got a hell of a long little ratchet here. Let me remove this tube because my ratchet keep hitting it. Anyways, it's gonna come out, guys. Just bear with me. If you're replacing this EGR valve, guys, it should be a simple job. You can do it yourself. There's the number 10. It's gonna look something like that. This is the one from the top, right? And one from the bottom, I'm gonna have to maneuver it around a little bit. Let me see if I can get it off by hand now, because my socket is not really going on it because that alternator is the issue. I've done this before, and usually I put like a gear wrench on it, or like a little wrench, so turn it little by little. But I will get it out eventually. We will have this little guy out.
And it has a metal gasket right in the center, so be careful with that also, guys. You don't want to lose it. And it's almost out. Give me a moment. Alright guys, if you need to use a wrench, that bolt is always trouble, man. I've done so many of these, but you can't turn it just like I'm doing right now. It's gonna take time, but it will eventually come out, guys. Like I said, they should have put small letters a lot. That would have made things really, really easy. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a small break and then I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm still going at it, so all I'm doing is putting this thing in there. Even though you need to do it like that, I'm just sticking it in there and I'm twisting it, alright? And it's gonna have just enough space for you to get this out of there. If you want to remove the alternator, it's all up to you guys. Remove the belt and the alternator, and that should let the little guy come out. But if you can manage it like this, that's awesome. Getting like almost a half a turn every time. It's gonna take a quite a bit of time, but it's worth it than doing crazy things here. At one point it's gonna come so close to the alternator, but you should be able to get it out, guys. But anyways, I'm gonna get this out, then we'll continue, guys, because the camera is making it a little difficult for me. Alright guys, I'm still working on that, but remove the number 8 here. And also there's a number 8 here. Once you have these two out, you should be able to wiggle all this out, alright? And that's gonna help you a little bit, alright? That should help you maneuver things around. And your EGR valve is all gonna wiggle around, and you should be able to manage to get that bolt in the bottom out. Basically, it's gonna twist a little bit and come out. Alright guys, I'm still down there. I managed to twist it so much with this, and now I'm able to move it around, wiggle it around. And guys, here's the bolt. Where should I put this? Because the gasket is falling, guys. You don't want to lose this little metal gasket down here. This little gasket right here. And next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna push this little red clip back. Right? Let me go get a flathead or something. This should work. You should be able to just push it back just like that with anything. Then squeeze this tab, the connector, and remove the connector, guys. And to make your life a little easy, guys, remove the number 8 here on this throttle cable. Alright, and also the second one, there's 2 of them there. Make sure you put these back, because other than that, you're not gonna have no acceleration. And once you do that, guys, you should be able to take all this out. And we're also gonna remove these 2, but I have to wait for the piece, and then we will continue. Alright guys, got the new EGR valve. Here's the old one and here's the new one. Alright, there's numbers on this EGR valve because there's no part number on top of this valve anywhere, because somebody already replaced it before. So there's a number here, 456 9M201. Alright, so just pay attention to those numbers. And the part number here is let me just make sure everything is same. You always want to compare it before you put it in. And there's a part number here on the box is EGV823. All right, and it comes with new gaskets. All right, so it comes with the new gaskets. We're gonna put those in. Anyways, Guys, just make sure the hole in here is not clogged up coming from the EGR valve, from the manifold there. All right, this pipe here, blow air through it, it should be clean. All right, a lot of times there be carbon buildup, like it's totally clogged up. You don't want a clogged up valve. Anyways, let's get to this, guys. So what we're gonna do is, first we're gonna put in the bottom bolt, but like I said, we do need to put in this gasket right here. All right, so this gasket can only go one way, guys. All right, the best way would be like that right there. That looks perfect right there. All right, so and you can just grab your bolt. The bolt is gonna work with the gasket. All right, and what we'll do is, I'll take both bolts. Let me grab the other bolt also. All right, I'll put both of these bolts in there because the bolts are gonna hold the gasket together, guys. All right, and like I said, the bottom bolt, we need to get it in there, and we need to maneuver this little guy around a little bit just to get it to the spot. All right. All right, again, the bottom one, guys, get it in by hand first before you get the top one in, because it's gonna, that's the one we need to align first, because it's gonna give you like a little angle to it. Do not strip it, do not cross thread it, guys. All right, there you go, it's going, guys. And once I now have a little bit, I can get the top one. All right, and then I can use my socket to snug in the little bolt on the top. That way it holds the EGR valve in position. All right, guys. So just turn this bolt, and that's it, guys. It's gonna hold it for you. And now you can turn the bottom one all the way, and once it's all the way in, then we can get our socket on a little bit. At this point, like I said, you're not gonna be able to get the socket on because there's no clearance. All right, so we are gonna use this little guy right here. It's gonna take a while. So just turn, guys. All right, so let me just turn, get that thing out in there, and then we'll continue together, guys. All right, guys, I got the bottom bolt in there like as much as I could by hand. I would suggest put a little bit of lube on the hole where the bolt goes in, because then you could turn it by hand a lot, because once it's in a little bit, then you are able to put this socket on. All right, just like that, guys. Look at that. I have the socket on now, and I'm just gonna tighten this bolt. And after this, we'll put on the tube that goes from the EGR valve to the manifold. And don't forget to connect in the connector for this EGR valve. There I have it, guys. It's in. And I'm gonna tighten the top bolt. We have both bolts nice and tight, double check. And we're good here, guys. All right, there we have it. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring over this little guy right here, and I'm gonna bring in my ratchet. So, we're gonna remove both of these bolts right here. That's one. Save there somewhere safe. And there we have it, guys. That's two. Don't drop anything. There's a gasket there. Alright guys, there we have it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our new gasket here. We're gonna put that in. Again guys, this bolt is gonna help us hold these gaskets in. That's how these bolts and the gaskets, they work. They're designed for that. Alright, so let me just snug these in a little bit. Oh, I got my ratchet going backward. There's one. There's two, guys. Alright. So, what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to get this little guy in. So the top has to go in together with the bottom, right? There we have it, guys. It's in the spot that we want. Alright, do not lock this up, because on the top, we're going to put the bolt on the top also. The two bolts that goes here. It's best you put it at the same time, guys. You don't want to put one and then do the other one. Alright, so put two bolts in here. There we go, guys. And then we can tighten these, alright? Just make sure everything is going to be locked in. Alright guys, there I have it. There should be no vacuum leaking. So just double check everything, guys, and do not strip any of these bolts, alright? I'm gonna have to get a ratchet for this one. I'll go get number 8 to tighten this little guy right here. Alright guys, so let's tighten this little guy here. Alright guys, I have that. Let me get this guy in there because I know it's not tight. It's only snug down a little bit. There I have it, guys. Both bolts are tight. Do not forget to connect this little guy. Put the connector in. Make sure it clicks. And your little guy goes in, and that's it, guys. So we're done here. And we only got 1 or 2 bolts to put right here on the throttle cables. And we'll tighten both of these. Alright guys, there we have it, and after this we can reset the light and we're done. Thank you, subscribe, bye bye, and I will see you on the next one. And I took off this pipe right here, vacuum pipe, guys. Do not forget that either, alright, if you removed it. I did this so it could give me a lot of clearance here. So anyways, I'm done, bye bye, and I will see you on the next one.